Today we will be discussing another train problem. So we are given that two trains leave the same station and are traveling in the same direction. Train A leaves the station first, so that means that train A has a head start and is traveling at 60 miles per hour. That's the speed of train A. We are also given that train B leaves the station 4 hours after train A. So that means that train A has a 4-hour head start over B, and train B is traveling at 90 miles per hour. And we are supposed to find out at what time and at what distance will train B overtake train A. So we're supposed to find out at what time and distance will train B overtake train A. So let's draw our train tracks. So let's say this is train A and this is train B. We're given that train A has a head start of 4 hours. So let's say this is the time T and this is equal to 4 hours. This is the time that train A has a head start over, and let's say this is the distance D that train A travels before train B even starts from the station. Now once train B starts, let's say that dA is the distance traveled by A before train B can overtake it, and let's say in that same time train B travels distance dB. So dB is the distance traveled by B before it overtakes A, and dA is the distance traveled by A once train B starts before it can be overtaken by train A. So the time taken by A to travel distance dA is the same as time taken by B to travel distance dB. So these two times are the same. So let's say that time is TB. TB is the time taken by B to travel distance dB and A to travel distance dA. Now let's assume that this entire time is TA for train A. So from the figure we know that distance traveled by B is equal to the distance that train A has a head start for plus distance traveled by A before it's been overtaken by B. Okay. In addition to that, we know that TA is equal to 4, the time that train A has a head start for, plus TB, the time taken by B to overtake train A. We know that S of A is equal to speed of A is equal to 60 miles per hour. Now in order to find this distance D here, D is equal to speed of A into T. Okay, so we can write it as 60 into 4, which is 240 miles. So that's the distance D. So we can write dB is equal to 240 plus dA from this equation here. So from this equation. So dB is equal to 240 plus dA. Now we know that dB, that's the same thing as speed of B into time taken to travel distance dB plus 240, and dA is speed of A into time taken to travel distance dA, which is T of B again. So we can write 90, which is the speed of B, into T of B is equal to 240 plus speed of A, which is 60, into T of B, or 90 T of B minus 60 T of B is 240, or 30 T of B is 240. Therefore, T of B is 240 divided by 30, which is 8 hours. So T of B is equal to 8 hours. So train B takes 8 hours from the time it starts before it can overtake train A. Or in other words, we can say T of A is equal to 4 plus 8, which is 12 hours. Or in other words, train A has to travel 12 hours. Train A has to travel 12 hours before it can be overtaken by train B. Okay. Now we're supposed to find out the distance dB, or the distance traveled by B before it can overtake A. So we know that dB is equal to S of B into T of B, which is the same as 90 into 8. We have calculated TB here, so substituting that here, which is 720 miles. So the train B has to travel 720 miles before it can overtake train A. And that's how you solve this problem.